another beautiful day on our Romanian road trip. We're in the gorgeous and adorable town of Sibiu. We have actually been here for a couple of days, but it's been very gray, very rainy, and we were just waiting and waiting, hoping for a good day to show you guys around. And wouldn't you know it, the day we're leaving, it's perfectly lovely and cool and sunny, but that's okay because that gives us the perfect opportunity to take you on a little morning walk. We grabbed coffee from our favorite place. It's called Marin or Marone. Highly recommend the cold brew tonic, delicious. Jordan likes the cortados. But anyway, we're just gonna walk around the city streets, take it in, tell you a little bit about it, and then we're gonna head out because we have more adventures outside the city today. Let's go.
Sibiu is located in Transylvania near the Southern Carpathian Mountains, and this town was built in the middle of the 12th century by Saxon colonists. And a couple of fun facts about Sibiu. One, in 2007, it was the European capital of culture, and in 2008, Forbes listed it as number 8, ahead of Rome, which is number 9, as Europe's most idyllic places to live. This town is beautiful, y'all. I can see why it was listed as one of the most idyllic places to live. I'm excited to go explore it today.
Okay, so right in the main plaza, you will see a tower, and it doesn't look like much at the bottom, but the door is usually slightly ajar, and you can go up to the top. This is the council tower. We're gonna head up to the top to lay each, get some views. Let's go.
This is fun. I always love climbing up little tiny medieval stairways. It feels like you're really, experiencing and feeling a piece of history.
I was like, look, we made it. It's the pointy part. There's more. Come on, let's go. Nice little coffee break. There's still more stairs. I'm not out of breath. Be quiet.
We're already pretty high up.
Yeah, I mean, the views already are great most of the way. We finished the cement stairs, or the stone stairs. Now we're in the wooden part. I went up them too fast. I was excited.
On your way up, there's a lot of cool art all throughout when you get to different layers of the tower. This is really neat. There's some kind of, what is this?
It's a clock.
Oh, it's
And every minute it goes tunk.
That's cool.
Tunk.
You can come sit inside the clock.
It's beautiful. This would be such a cool spot for a party.
This would be.
Probably dangy to send like people who've been partying down those stairs afterwards, but the views, these big windows on every side, gorgeous. Ooh, look at the church. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I love it. I had only been able to see the steeple, which I thought was really cool, and it reminds me of the churches we saw in Vienna and a few other places, those colorful tiles. I hadn't been able to see the top of it this whole time.
The views up here are great, y'all. You get 360 panoramic views of all of Sibiu and the old town. I think you can also go to the top of the Lutheran Church here, the one that has the colorful tile roof and steeple. We're just gonna go to the top of this one. We're not gonna do the other one today. But y'all, we couldn't have asked for a better day. It's beautiful, blue skies, the clouds are out, and it's also a little bit cool, which is nice because it has been really hot here.
When touristing, never underestimate the power of a good tower, a good view. If you're like me, you'll be like, oh, the clock towers, that can be a bummer, like who cares, meh, skip it. But then every time we come up to the steeple of a church, the top of the tower, whatever, the views are always worth it. It's so nice, like it's just good for the mind to kind of get that different perspective, to see how everything's laid out, to see the tippy tops, to watch people going about their day, and it's very kind of orientating and like beautiful as well. You know that Sibiu has mountains, obviously the Carpathians, but when you're up here, you can really see the way the mountains hug the whole town, and Right now in Sibiu, there is a sand volleyball tournament going on, which we've been kind of watching here and there because the court is literally in the middle of Old Town. It's really cool. And this is the best view of the whole court. You can watch the whole thing happen. Just fun stuff like that. I love it. Always do it. It's usually very cheap. We are strolling around on a Thursday morning and it is not busy hardly at all. There's definitely people around, but there's wide open space pretty much everywhere, even with multiple events going on. We've got a volleyball tournament over there, which sounds like a beach club. We've got some kind of food festival in the other plaza. It's a beautiful day, and yet still there's room to breathe. Once again, in Eastern Europe, this is the place to have your European summer. I think the population here is only like 150,000, so there's not even that many people here to begin with. And we do find on the weekends it's more busy, but mostly with Romanian tourists. There's not just a ton of non-Romanian tourists to be found. So come here, we recommend. Let's keep walking.
So we made it here to a beautiful cast iron bridge near the small square here in Old Town. And this bridge was built in 1859 and it was the first cast iron bridge in all of Romania and I believe the second in all of Europe. This bridge is also known as the Bridge of Lies, and it got its name because the bridge is not supported by any pylons, and so it was known as the Bridge That Lays, which people sometimes misheard as the Bridge That Lies, and it became basically known for a few different legends. One is that it's the lie detector. So if you're a liar, basically when you walked over the bridge, it would start to crumble and you would fall down and potentially die. And the second, probably my favorite myth, is kind of the Casanova myth. Basically, it became the place for first dates where people would come and take in views of the Old Town, and there were military cadets that basically would make promises to the girls, their sweethearts, that they actually never intended to keep. Thus is why it's called the Bridge of Lies.
If when you're standing on the bridge or even throughout the city, you get the feeling maybe you're being watched, it's because Sibiu is the city with eyes, and you will see pairs of eyes watching you at all times. Right now I have at least three pairs watching me. Sibiu's architecture is pretty distinctive. At the top of a lot of the original or the older buildings, you'll see what I'm going to call them dormers, but they're quite flat and wide, little ventilations for the attic, and a lot of times they're in pairs and they look like someone is just kind of going like this at you. Just like, what are you doing? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Very kind of menacing, but in reality, they're just to ventilate the attic for people to store whatever they want up there, but it always looks like you have little eyes kind of squinting at you at all times.
It is not busy here at all. Like, it is just wide open. I'm really enjoying this, honestly, because I've been hearing about all this revenge travel and just how jam-packed it is in places like Rome, Italy, or in Athens, Greece, and just kind of just taking it in and really enjoying it, you know. Also, another fun fact about Sibiu. At one point in time, for I think over a century, it was actually the capital of Transylvania.
So Sibiu was once the capital of Transylvania, and I think for all intents and purposes it still is. All the events for this region are happening right here. We had a bike race the day we got in, that Transylvania, or the Transfagarasan thing that we did. The bike race ended here in Sibiu. We have some kind of food thing going on today. We have the volleyball thing going on today, and then in 2 days, the Transylvania International Film Festival is here in Sibiu. Absolutely everything is happening all summer long. It's definitely the place to be, especially for good cultural events. And I just think that's really cool and neat. It's very alive, you know?
It's my favorite part of the day, y'all. It is time for lunch, and we're in luck because there is a food truck park in the middle of the large square here in the old town. Yo, and I love food trucks. They honestly are nostalgic for me. They take me back to Austin, Texas, which is just known for the food truck scene. And if y'all don't know, Ashley and I both went to college there at UT in Austin. And so we just have food trucks as like a little part of our life, you know? But check this out, they have so many options all around us. They have coffee, wine, they have focaccia sandwiches, they have burgers, they have kebabs, they have dessert and cannolis. What are you gonna get, babe?
I'm starting with French fries. I was about to pull my money out, make sure I can get some. Definitely French fries. Definitely a cannoli. I don't know what else, yo. Let's find out. Let's find out. That's Bulgarian money. I need some lei.
Yeah, this is awesome. The energy here. They put on the music. We learned this is some kind of Romanian American festival, and it's going on for like this whole weekend. So it's Thursday today. It's going on through Sunday. And y'all, it is hopping. This is awesome.
It's so fun. It's so fitting that this is a Romanian American festival. Obviously, we're very American. And one of the employees at the stand we were just at is American, and her husband's Romanian. So we were just talking to her for the longest. And so we ordered a couple of sandwiches, kind of a caprese sandwich on focaccia. And then of course we got French fries because this is a Romanian American festival and they look so good. The cheese on these fries, we were told, is like handmade, local
sheep's cheese. A little salty.
It looks so good.
Dig in. Look at these focaccia, y'all. They're huge. Fresh, they look so good. Let's dig in. We got 2 of these focaccia, y'all. And I think we should have just got 1 because each slice is so big. Look how big that is. Inside is arugula, some dried red peppers, some tomato, and some mozzarella. And the bread is so soft, y'all. That's good. That's delicious. Cheese is nice and cold. Crispy focaccia. Perfect treat for a day like today. Ooh, that food was delicious, y'all.
Generous portions.
Very, very generous. I really want a cannoli right now, or cannolo, but
later.
That's gonna have to wait. We're gonna go walk it off. We're gonna go explore some of the interesting and fun little secret passages, not secret, little passages throughout Old Town. Our first little passageway, and it's pretty cool. It has these like arcs from, I'm not sure if like it was part of a building at one point and these are buttresses or what, but it's really cool. The arches perfectly frame the little eyes in the top of the buildings. We're at the stairs passage. I'm not sure why it's called that, but there are some other ones that I think are named after some of the guilds. Like there's the shoemaker's passage, there's the goldsmith's passage, and where we are, stairs passage.
I love to spy cute places to get a treat, and at the bottom of the stairs passage, which I think that's why it's called that, is a coffee shop right there called Flow Coffee Roasters.
Yeah.
1, it seems to have lots of local people. 2, it looks really super cool, and you can sit outside right under the passage. Charming.
Cute.
I love a charming moment. That's a free one for you. Okay, so this is interesting. As you're walking around, you might see this giant wooden pole with all kinds of rusty nails and different objects stuck in it. And we were trying to do a little bit of Googling. At the top it says 2004, so I guess that's when this one was established. And there's something about journeymen or different people when you go out on a journey or on a, I don't know, an adventure maybe, you're supposed to put a nail in for good luck and like safe return. From my Googling, I think the Journeyman is some kind of like fraternity, but there also seems to be quite a bit of Freemasons associated with all the nails because their symbol is all over it as well. Very interesting. Also, it says do not touch the nails. I'm assuming because it would be like bad luck, you know, if that's someone's nail to return safely home, but it's really interesting to look at. There's tons of beautiful, some of them are just regular nails, some of them had decoration on them. One of them's like a rose, an anvil.
Some of them for like guilds, it looks like
yeah.
A trowel for
different trades. Yeah. Oh yeah,
croissant.
That's a good one. A trowel for cement layers, brick layers maybe. All kinds of navy symbols, stuff like that. It's just really cool looking.
The first night we got in here to Sibiu, we went to one of the restaurants on the large square, and y'all highly recommend that. Just grab you a drink, get you some good Romanian food, and sit and enjoy the ambiance and the atmosphere in the large or the small square. It's awesome.
Yeah, come here in July. Apparently it's when all the festivals are happening. We just walked by another sign that the dang wine festival starts tomorrow.
And we're leaving.
At least the Americans caught the Romanian American one.
That's true. I think this is my favorite passage so far. We are in the Goldsmiths passage, and it is beautiful. It has these peachy pink buildings, and you slowly descend down next to these old, centuries-old buildings. This is cool.
You see what I see? In the eye.
A kitty cat.
A kitty cat sitting in the eye. So cute. Last stop on the little morning walk that's turned into an afternoon walk, of course. Just next to Citadel Park is a bunch of beautiful towers and the medieval wall, or a very, very old wall. I believe it was built in the 14th century, and you can go up and walk across it, and that's what we're gonna do. Come on.
We made it inside the first tower here of the fortified kind of walls and system here by Citadel Park. And the stairs are really steep, so you gotta be careful when you're coming up it. But y'all, this is so neat. It's really well preserved. And it only costs, again, $2 per person.
I have put a piece of the puzzle together, y'all. They have some information, and it's talking about journeymen. That's all I'm gonna tell you what they are. Come here. Okay, so it's talking a lot about craftsmen and different things. The status of master craftsman was achieved after going through different stages which took place over several years, during which the young man had to learn the trade that he was going to ply. According to the statute of 1376, the following had to be met to become an apprentice. You had to be male, born of a legitimate marriage, and of German origin. In order to be accepted as an apprentice, it was mandatory to pay a fee, organize a feast, blah, 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 blah. The apprentice received the journeyman certificate at the end of all of that. So those are the journeymen that they were talking about on the pole thing. I also Googled it, and journeyman is like a fraternity. So maybe, I don't know if they're all connected, but interesting. Putting it together. Okay, so continuing on, it says, one of the life adventures of a journeyman was the journey itself, which became mandatory in 1512. The Journeymen years lasted between 2 and 4 years, during which the young man had to work in the cities where that craft was done. Upon the arrival in the city, the young man had to introduce himself to the father of the journeyman, who then was obligated to find him a master who would then teach him his craft. Upon his return home, the journeyman had to produce a masterpiece to prove that he acquired mastery of his craft and rise to the status of a master. Fancy, fancy.
This is so cool, y'all. Again, another one of those experiences that you can just feel in real life and feel like you're back in the medieval times. This is awesome. I'm having flashbacks to the time that we were in Rothenburg, Germany, where you could walk the city walls there. I feel like a little kid out here. Cool. I haven't seen these in any of the kind of walls that we've been in before. It's like a little shield in the hole so you can fit your arrow through, but an arrow can't come the other way and hit you in the head. Clever. Shut that for the invaders on the other side. This is really neat. So we're in Citadel Park, just on the other side of the little fortification system and the towers. There is another wall that's a lower height that's right in front of that fortification system, and it kind of goes down and makes like a little valley or a little dip where you can kind of walk through and stroll. In this part of the park, they have the Sibiu Walk of Fame, which I think recognizes some famous people from the town of Sibiu, but it's really cool. Like you start to see the engineering behind the fortification system, the defense system that they actually almost fell down tripping on one of these little plaques of someone famous. Who is that? Peter Sellers.
Peter would probably say, well, oh my gosh, look at that. Cutest thing I've ever seen. Skateboarding with his dog, and that dog is having a blast. Anyway, I tripped over Peter's plaque. I'm sure he would say, probably don't walk backwards, which I was doing. It's a beautiful park.
This is awesome. But anyway, what I was saying was the fortification system is like you could stand up there, shoot arrows down over the front one because of the height differential, which is just really neat to think about the system here. Also, the stairs passage where I was like, I don't know what those buttresses are, like maybe something supporting some old building. I think that was also like a fortification system to protect the small square there. And so it's just really cool to see these series of different walls and defense systems all throughout Sibiu.
Kind of the evolution of it all.
Yeah.
We just can't get over how absolutely beautiful this place
So
is. And
beautiful.
the whole country, right? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Not busy. Like, we are having such a freaking heavy travel summer in most of the popular places. They're absolutely overrun. And we're going to Italy a little later, and we've been kind of nervous, like, oh my God, it's going to be insane.
We're hearing all the stories of like delayed, canceled flights, lost suitcases,
jam-packed
taxi
ferries.
strikes, jam-packed ferries.
All the good stuff. It's still going to be an excellent time. But the difference that we're going to see is freaking night and day. So if you want
Romania, y'all.
If you want that European summer, come here. Come here. Hello again. Continuing the road trip on up the highway, we have stopped in the town of Turda at the Salina Turda. This is an not exactly abandoned. It used to be a salt mine, and now it is kind of this massive underground, slightly creepy amusement park. Place to play, place to heal, some believe. Anyway, I don't know a whole lot about it except that it used to be a salt mine. Now you can do cool activities inside, and then I'm about to find out more. Let's go.
Cool. This is awesome, y'all. We made it in. It was 50 lei per person, which is like 10 USD. We had to come down all these stairs that you see behind me, and you already start to see the walls and like this cave and tunnel made of the salt. This is awesome.
We're underground. Everything looks, well, it looks frosty, but I'm assuming it's salt.
It's
I'm
salt,
not
yeah.
brave enough to like try it myself. We got a brief little introduction to the map and stuff, so we're just gonna continue down the corridor. I think we have to go down a couple more stairs before we get to the big salt mountain room, which is what I'm most excited about. Going down, down, down. This place has, like, you go down first and then there's a long corridor and there's just rooms off of it. Each room is a little bit different, but in the middle is this area where you can keep going further down, and that's where like a lot of the attractions are, as far as I can tell. I don't know, let's go see. Also, it's very cold. It's like 10 to 12 degrees Celsius in here, so, you know, bring your sweater. I'm fine in shorts and a sweater, like, it's fine, but I also see some people are wearing t-shirts, some people are wearing thick jackets. It's whatever you want. It's also slippery. Don't bust your butt. All right, we're in the elevator inside a salt mine, and we are going down, down, down to go where all the fun is.
That looks so cool.
There's like pool tables and ping pong and some kind of amphitheater and a lake with boats and like a little shop and a freaking Ferris wheel. This is wild.
This is incredible, y'all. This is our first time inside a salt mine. We've never been in a salt mine, and this has to be the most unique one that you could go inside.
I would say so. I didn't expect the actual like walls to look so pretty. It almost looks like marble. It has these really beautiful striations, and then there's, I'm assuming, salt kind of hanging down from the ceiling, dangling like little stalactites.
So cool.
Lots of activities. I'm gathering you probably have to pay for them, so we'll see what we see.
Yeah, let's go check it out. So we're here about, I don't know, an hour until the place closes. It closes at 7 p.m. It's not that busy. They have bowling, which I didn't know that they had, but the bowling lanes are closed. And then this is funny, right behind me, they have those massage chairs that you see in the mall all the time that you can pay for. So you can sit and breathe in the salty air and get a little bit of massage. They have the pool tables, mini golf, playground, ping pong tables, a lake. There's a lot of stuff to do here. This is a neat place. What we got here, boo?
A very creepy lake. I was just kind of staring at it, and you can only really tell there's water there because of the reflection from the lights, and I guess because you can see some boats. But it reminds me in one of the last Harry Potters when Harry has to take Dumbledore into that cave and drink, and like everything is just so dark and black. That's what it was reminding me of, because I'm very much in a cave. But I don't think there are any Horcruxes in here. Anyway, it's a little creepy, but all like very interesting and fun. I think this is a great family stop. There's stuff for little kids, big kids, adults. It's a good spot.
A little bit of putt-putt, a little bit of mini golf. So this was 20 lei for both of us for 20 minutes. The sign says it's 20 lei for 2 people. What is that noise? Echoing. Weird. It's creepy, y'all. Anyway, 20 lei for both of us for 20 minutes to do the mini putt. Y'all, they only do cash only for all the activities out here. They don't take credit card. And we had like 25 lei. We wanted to go do the boat down at the lake and like paddle around for a while. But that was 30 lei and we didn't have enough cash on us. So this is all we're going to do and just explore, and then we'll head back up. That was a fun one. That was a little bit tricky. Ricochet's off pretty strong, but your boy did it. Juice. That was fun. I almost got a hole in one. Left-handed. Some things just come natural, kids. Some things just come natural.
Some things you gotta try a dozen times for and pretend like you did it the first time. Because editing.
That's the beauty of editing. Woo, got a hole in one on that one with the little loop. We didn't get it on the big camera, but Ashley got it on her phone. Pop it up somewhere right now as proof that some things just come natural, you know? Did you see that? That was incredible. I think I'm gonna end on that. I'm on a little bit of a golfer's high right now. Maybe a little salt high. I don't know, it's hard to tell. It's not necessarily like a scientific experiment. But we're gonna end this video, we're gonna end the day here, and we'll see y'all in the next one for a little bit of Romanian food in Cluj.